spectacular day to start our epic cruise
Oh,
on the Queen
it was
Elizabeth.
marvellous. Wasn't it
And the
marvellous?
ship looked absolutely
Yeah,
magnificent.
it was
The wharf, didn't it?
It did, and we got the selfies in front of the
that was
ship
great.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
That's right.
Oh, it was beautiful.
It was, and that beautiful red carpet
Oh.
made you feel so special, didn't it? It was fantastic. Yeah.
With our two bellhops.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, hello, I'm Rhonda,
Oh, hello, and I'm Andrew.
and welcome to our channel, Travels with Rhonda and Andrew.
And welcome.
And I'd like to introduce you to Sue and Tony.
Hello.
Hi there, great to be here.
Sue is Andrew's sister, and Tony is our brother-in-law. And we're just hydrating and reliving some truly legendary moments from a recent pre-Christmas jaunt aboard the magnificent Cunard Queen Elizabeth. Now, this wasn't your average leisurely float. We only had 5 glorious nights to wreak a little havoc. And let me tell you, we crammed in enough antics to fill a small book.
Absolutely.
Some of our escapades were, let's just say, memorable is a polite understatement.
Yeah, what you said.
A few might even involve a slight blush factor, but they were undeniably hilarious and absolutely unforgettable. So grab a beverage or two, we won't judge. Settle in and get ready for a peek into our very amusing, slightly unhinged and totally unmissable cruise. You won't want to miss this.
The cruise was a round trip from Melbourne to Hobart, Tasmania, and back. It included an overnight stay in Hobart. We were so ridiculously pumped for another adventure that we practically beat the sunrise to Port Melbourne. And of course, taking our obligatory look how cool we are with the ship in the background selfies. Of course, if it's not on camera, did it even happen? We practically skipped down the pier, vibrating with excitement to get on board. And let me tell you, check-in was smoother than a perfectly polished deck. No fuss, no muss. And another pause for selfies. We double-checked our passes, just to make sure that we weren't accidentally trying to board a cargo ship. We were greeted by the impeccably dressed Cunard ushers, who probably thought we were a little too eager, and then, just like that, we were boarding the magnificent Queen Elizabeth. The adventure had officially begun.
All right, settled in on the Queen Elizabeth, we were immediately serenaded by the delightful Cunard Choir. And what was their chosen anthem for our grand arrival? None other than a cappella rendition of All I Want for Christmas. Honestly, it felt less like a greeting and more like a gentle reminder of all the shopping we hadn't done yet. A very festive, slightly guilt-inducing welcome.
You, baby, all the lights are shining so brightly everywhere, and the sound of children like it fills the air.
After that harmonious and strategically timed musical interlude, it was time for the moment we'd all been eagerly waiting. Andrew's insistent whirlwind tour of the ship. You know the type, where one person is convinced they're a seasoned maritime cartographer and everyone else is just trying to keep up without tripping over their own feet. So we braced ourselves for the inevitable power walking, the overly enthusiastic pointing, and the rapid fire facts that only Andrew seemed to remember. The adventure and the cardio had truly begun.
Okay, so we've just got on board this magnificent ship, and look, we couldn't go to our rooms, right? So
No, that's right.
we had a bit of time to kill, and Andrew volunteered
I
to
did,
do
I did.
a little tour of the ship for us, just to fill in a little bit of time.
Yes.
So we said, okay, that sounds
Yep.
great,
Sounds
Andrew.
like a good idea.
Yeah, but we had no idea what that was. I think we covered.
Come on, guys.
I think we covered every square inch of the ship
Exactly.
in exhaustive detail.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
it was exhausting, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
But look, we had to call time, and
Yes.
and say, Andrew, we're hungry,
Yes.
we're thirsty, we need to go to the
Definitely
pub.
thirsty.
I need a pint of ale.
Yes.
So,
Definitely.
yeah, thanks for the tour, but yeah.
Thank you, but no thank you ever again.
After Andrew's guided tour, which we're pretty sure set a new ship speed record, our democratic process, read Tony's sole and absolute decision, led us directly to the warm embrace of the Golden Lion pub. And let me tell you, it was a pilgrimage worth taking. Tony, ever the traditionalist, promptly ordered a well-deserved English beer. Andrew and I, clearly in need of some vitamins after all that walking, opted for classic Bloody Marys. And Rhonda, always refined, enjoyed a lovely Chardonnay. Did they go down well? Oh, they went down like a dream, disappearing quicker than free samples at a bakery.
Of course, one cannot simply drink in a pub without eating, so we indulged in some proper pub grub. The pie of the day, a mystery meat adventure, but a delicious one, and the always reliable fish and chips. Both, we're happy to report, were absolutely divine. It was the perfect refueling stop before our next inevitable misadventure.
After our delightful pub lunch and a few well-earned beverages, it was officially cabin o'clock. We finally peeled ourselves away from the Golden Lion and made our way to our humble abodes, conveniently located side by side. This was either a brilliant planning or a recipe for constant inter-cabin borrowing. We'll see. Now, you know how cruise ship cabins can sometimes feel like a well-designed sardine can? Well, let me tell you, these were different. We swung open the doors to what looked like actual palatial suites, complete with enough room to actually swing a cat, although we didn't try, don't worry. And the best part, balconies. Yes, real honest-to-goodness balconies. We practically sprinted out there, ready to wave regally at anyone within sight. So far, so grand.
Okay, so after lunch it was time to go to the cabin and check it out. So we were pretty excited about that. And look, my first impression when I walked in was that it was quite elegant, actually. I thought
Very grand.
very grand. Yeah, dare I say posh?
Yes. You definitely can.
It had some lovely artwork on the wall as well,
Yeah.
making it feel like a hotel.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the balconies were largish, you could
Yeah, they were
you could
very-
stretch out all right on them as well.
Actually, and we got them to open up the partition between
That's
the two
right.
balconies.
Oh, yeah.
So
we
that
could-
made it easy, easy access to
we
talk
could
to each
sit-
other.
Yeah, we
Yep,
could sit out there and
Yeah.
breakfast morning.
exactly.
Yeah. Now the bathrooms were, well, I'd say they're pretty compact, weren't they? So, and of course the shower had that dreaded
Shower curtain.
shower curtain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was still okay. It all worked. But it had the beautiful products, the Elements
Oh,
products.
they were
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, they were nice. Very good products.
No, but all in all, it was a very functional
Oh.
cabin. And
No
lovely.
complaints
Yeah.
at all. It's
Very
perfect.
Yeah.
With our luxurious and surprisingly spacious cabins checked out, it was time for the main event. Sail away! We knew the Queen Elizabeth was about to make her grand exit, so we hot-footed it up to the Lido deck. The funnels were already puffing away, looking like proud, smoking chimneys, signalling our imminent departure. And what's a sail away without a proper send-off? We promptly grabbed more drinks because hydration is key, even on the high seas, and positioned ourselves to serenade our graceful departure.
As the Queen Elizabeth peeled away from the Port Melbourne pier, heading towards the mysterious lands of Tasmania, we raised our glasses. It was a moment of pure bliss, watching the city shrink behind us.
With appetites suitably whetted, we glided, or possibly stumbled gracefully, our way to the Italian-themed specialty restaurant, located conveniently within the Lido Bistro. Now, I'm not going to lie, our expectations were high, and this place delivered. It was a true culinary delight, serving up all the classic Italian dishes our carb-loving hearts desired. But the real showstopper? My chosen main, an Alfredo pasta so grand it was prepared right at our table by the maitre d' himself. Seriously, it was like a dinner and a magic show all rolled into one. Watching that creamy, cheesy goodness come to life before our eyes was mesmerising. Beautiful. Wow. It's, at least my dinner's hot. And the taste? Absolutely divine. It was so good, I almost asked for a second helping.
After that most fulfilling and frankly belt-busting dinner, we waddled our way to the Royal Court Theatre to catch the Late Show, because what's better than stuffing your face with pasta? Watching talented performers while in a happy food coma, of course.
Feel alright the whole night through.
It was the perfect end to a perfect day before we finally retired for the evening, dreaming of more pasta and future cruise capers. Okay, everyone, what are our thoughts of our first day on the beautiful Queen Elizabeth?
Oh, I've got to say, I was overwhelmed at how beautiful, how well presented the ship was. I mean, I'd been told how it was next level, and
Yes.
it was really, really good.
It is gorgeous, isn't
Yeah.
it? And Tony? you
Well,
What was
look,
your highlight?
the highlight for me, and Andrew, sorry, it's not the tour, but it was good. Look, the pub, the Golden Lion, was a real surprise for me,
Yes.
because they had that marvellous English real ale and Marston's Pedigree, which is my favourite real ale.
That was a real bonus, wasn't it? I know, you're so excited
So
about
I was
that.
pretty excited about that, so I
Yeah.
did have a few more of those, as you'd expect.
And I would have to say the dinner. How was the dinner?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that was
the dinner
nice.
was right up there.
Yeah.
There were too many highlights.
So, are we looking forward to tomorrow?
Yes, we've it's
A gala night.
a gala
And
night.
I think we've got a few little surprises up our
Yes,
sleeve.
some very
And-
questionable dancing. I believe. So,
So we certainly do not want to miss this, Tony.
thanks everybody.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, thank
Thanks
you.
everybody for watching.
Yes, thank you everyone for
And
watching.
we'll see you in the next video.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.